Hello everyone, and welcome back to another tutorial video. Today I'll be showcasing the method I use to get custom blocks in all of my data packs. I have another video showcasing a custom blocks method, but that video is for 1.12. So this method that I'm gonna show off today is way more efficient and way better just overall. Back in 1.12 this method wouldn't work, so the method I used there was to just check every single block around me to find my unique placed blocks and then run a function on that coordinate. That was very inefficient because it came out to around 1500 commands, and that's gonna lag your game quite a bit whenever you place a block. But this method only uses about one command kinda to actually find the block, and then you can execute a function from that. But yeah, let's get right into this. By the way, the Cursed Woods isn't dead. I'm still working on it, but I've been working on some other projects on the side. So, let me first explain how this method works. The 1.12 method, the old one, that is really old and outdated, used skulls, because they are very unique and you can give them super unique values to pose as the custom blocks. Then you would have a scoreboard that went up 1 every single time somebody placed a skull. And then you would execute from the person that got the score, that placed the skull, and you would check every single block around them in about a 12 by 12 by 12 area. And then that would equal about 1500 commands. And yeah, that's an absurd amount of commands just to place a block. But what this new method is doing is just about the exact same thing. It's checking for all the blocks around you, but it's 10 billion times more effective. And also way more efficient, equaling to only about 3 to 5 commands and not 1500. So before, the command we were using was execute to see all the blocks. But now we are using a different command. The command is /fill. Fill has the unique property of filling a really big area with blocks with just a single command. However, it can also replace individual blocks. So, you may be catching on to what I'm about to say now. Basically what we are doing is we are filling a 15 by 15 by 15 area with command blocks, replacing my unique and individual blocks. These command blocks will be set to always active, so they activate as soon as they're filled, and they will contain a function command to place your block. But you may be asking now, are we still using skulls as the individual block? And the answer is no. We are using furnaces, or blast furnaces, or dispensers, or droppers. These can also be assigned really unique IDs due to the tag display name. This tag is what gives the items their names. So you can customize these, give them a color, make them italic, bold, blah blah blah, all that unique stuff. So they work perfect as our unique blocks. So this is an example of what the command would look like. We are filling command blocks containing function block place that are auto, which just means they're always active. And we are only replacing blocks that are furnaces, that have the custom name italic, false, the color is white, and their name is block. So whenever we execute this command from somebody, the command will replace all of those furnaces, and only those furnaces, nothing else. And then the command will run the function to place the block. But now I hear you wondering, why couldn't we just do this in 1.12? Fill existed in 1.12, and yes, you are right by that. However, this syntax wouldn't work. You were unable to exactly specify what block to replace. Essentially, we couldn't write this whole thing, so this would be entirely useless and would replace every single furnace around us. So now I'm here at MC Stacker. It's a website used to generate commands, so now I'm gonna generate a command for our item. So here in MC Stacker, we're gonna pick the item furnace, and we're gonna give it a name, a unique name, block, sure, it's good as an example. I don't want it to be italic, and I want the color to be aqua, and I'm gonna give it a custom model data, blah blah blah. You don't need a custom tag, however, it would be good if you want to do some advancements with placing it down. So we're gonna give it a block 1B, that's a custom tag. Then we're gonna click up here, copy, and we're gonna paste it into Minecraft. So now to give ourselves it, and here we have it, our custom block. So now when we place this, here's the name of it, and it's not italic, and it is aqua. So we can also do data get block and then type the coordinates, and you'll see it's italic, false, colors aqua, and the text, or the name, is block. And this is the custom name tag that I showed in the example command. So now we're in VS Code to show you this. So the command will be fill, and then a bunch of these, and then we're gonna go from one corner to the other, and this will be 15 by 15 by 15. And then we're gonna fill with command block, and we're gonna want it to be, we're gonna want the command to be just the path of your function file to place the block, and we'll just do block place, sure. And then auto 1b to make it always active when it places, so it executes the command right when it gets filled. And then we're gonna do replace, and then furnace. And then, if you're unsure about this, you're gonna wanna hop into Minecraft again, and then write data get block, and then where it's located. And then this right here, exactly this. So custom name, colon, this, and then in brackets, italic, false, color, aqua, text, block. In this exact order. This is exactly what it's gonna be. You can't change around, you can't put text first and then italic after and then color. That's not gonna work. You're gonna need to copy exactly this. So we have our furnace, we're gonna do custom name, these, and then brackets. And then it was italic, false, color, aqua, and then text, block. Just like that. So this command, it will fill command blocks that have the function of place, and it's always active, and it will only replace these blocks, nothing else. Only these specific blocks. So you would also need to put this in your always active file. This is just the score. And this is the scoreboard that I've added that you can use. This detects whenever a player places a furnace. Used, that just means used the item or placed it. And then it's executing at everyone who has block place above 1, and it's running this command. However, if you're doing that, you also want to do scoreboard players reset at s block place, just so it doesn't execute always. It resets your score. It only runs this command once. So let's try this. I place my furnace, and boom, there we have a command block, and it's placing this block. It's always active, but there isn't a function for this currently. That's why it didn't work. But it's really flawless, as you can see. It works. I can place it wherever I want to, and it's always going to be replaced. So let's make the place file. So it depends on what kind of block you want. If you want a crafter, you'll use a dropper most likely. If you want a regular block, you'll use something that fits the hardness that you want your block to be. So if you want it to be really, really not hard, you'll use glass. If you want it to be medium hard, you use stone, and almost unbreakable, you use obsidian, and not breakable, of course, you can use a bedrock, different command block, structure block, whatever. Anything that doesn't break in survival mode. Right now, I'm just gonna use stone. So we'll do set block right here, stone. And that will just replace the command block. However, we also need something to pose as the block. So we'll summon an armor stand to pose as the skin of the block. Now, a command block executes right in the center of it. So the armor stand now would go right in the center. So we'll want to execute half a block under it. So now we'll test this. I place this, and there we go. We have our stone, and we have our armor stand. Perfect. Good so far. Then we'll also want to give our armor stand a tag. Block. Just give it block. And then we'll want to make it a marker, so it can't be interacted with and can't be destroyed or anything. And then after that, you'll also want to make it small, so it only takes up 1 block and not 2. Then you'll also want to give it an item on its head. that will look like the custom block. So we'll give it armor items, and then nothing there, nothing in the legs. And then right here, this fourth one is the head, so we'll give it carrot on a stick. Count 1. And then a tag, and then we'll give it custom model data 1. Perfect. So now we place it down, and currently my custom model data for 1 is feather, but we'll change that up. So now I've put this as my block. This is just a... Don't worry about this. So now we can see it's a really full custom block. There's nothing in the bottom. There's just a block. However, it's very dark, as you can see. That you don't want that. That's because the armor stand is inside a block, so it's dark. So if you break the block, it's now light and normal. So there's a really simple way to fix this, and I'll show you just how. So we need to set it on fire. Yes, we need to set it on fire. So we'll just type that. That'll give it fire for 2,000 ticks. However, that will run out very quickly. So we'll give it a tag of fire block 2. And then we'll put in our tick file, execute as at E type armor stand. That has a tag of fire block. Run data merge entity at S fire 2000. And this will make it stay on fire forever. So that has fixed that problem. And let's see if it worked. And yes, it does. It also emits this light, which if you don't want, you'll probably have to make this a glass block. So glass is transparent, so no entities that are inside it will turn dark. But that's a sacrifice you'll have to judge for yourself if it's worth it or not. So now we'll need a function to break it. This will be really simple. It's just gonna check if the block right here isn't what we placed before in the function. And then it's just gonna kill itself and summon the block item. Super duper simple. So then again, in our tick file, our always looping function file, we'll do execute as at E type armor stand, and then the tag of our block at S itself. Unless block isn't, so if the block right here isn't stone, which is what I placed, it will then run function destroy, your destroy function. And then in here it will do kill at S. I like to set block air just to like completely make sure. And then you can make it play a particle, make a sound, whatever, customize it however you want. But then we're also gonna summon item right here, our furnace. Or no, that's not how you type that at all. You'll type item ID furnace and then count however many you want. I'll just do 1, and then you'll do I had block 1B, and then display brackets name these things, and then more brackets, and then it was italic false, color was aqua, and then the name was block. And there you have it. Now you can add more stuff in here if you want to. I'm just gonna do this really simple, really basic. Actually, I forgot to add custom model data. And there you go. There you have it. And now finally, let's test this. We place our block and we break our block. And there we have it. Fully functioning block. And then you can also change the custom model data of the furnace. And there we have it. Here's our furnace. It's our block. Custom block. Place it. It works. It just works. So that's about it for this tutorial. Sorry if it was a bit on the long side, but I wanted to get really detailed with this, because this is a really good and effective custom blocks method that I use for all my data packs now, because it's just so efficient and very nice. So yeah, that's about it. Remember, the Cursed Woods is not dead. I promise you that. I'm still working on the port for 1.17, even though that's been out for about a month, or actually a lot more than a month. Anyway, I'll see you later. See ya.